If you woke up tomorrow morning and there was a list of obstacles above your head of everything stopping you from earning £62 million and 10 pence, and stopping you from marrying that dream woman, you're the one that you've always been dreaming about and you saw in school and you wanted to marry, stopping you from getting her, okay, wouldn't you spend every minute of every day absolutely demolishing all those obstacles so then you can achieve your dreams? Wouldn't you? It only makes sense. See, that's what self-reflection does. It makes you wake up every morning and realize and contemplate and think about an obstacle in your life that is stopping you from achieving your dreams. Self-reflection allows us to see our limitations, our biases, our blind spots. Okay, something we don't realize is stopping us from achieving what we truly could achieve, our true potential. It will actually infuriate you, absolutely piss you off. Okay, if you spend every day thinking about why you still haven't achieved that dream. Okay, you wrote about it 2 years ago, a year ago. Okay, and you were like, I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm so motivated, and then you just forgot about it, and you're like, oh yeah, remember that thing I was gonna do? You remember the that what's it called, that physique I was going to attain? Remember that goal in terms of money? Remember when I said I was gonna make 10 grand a month, 5 grand a month? Remember when I said I was gonna do that? Remember when I said I was gonna quit my poo job and do some kind of side hustle that actually benefits me and makes me feel fulfilled? You didn't do that, and the reason you didn't do it is not because you lack discipline or this or that, which yeah, it does have something to do with it. But a big reason is because you're not reflecting and thinking about it repeatedly. If you spend all day just thinking about one thing, what are you gonna do? You're gonna act upon that one thing. Okay? The thing is, if you don't think about it, then it's not gonna make those emotions within you that are like deep within you, that are being clouded with all the noise of distractions, your phone, your family, your friends, all this stuff at school, academics, everything that is polluting your mind and your heart, and all the noise is distracting you from what you actually care about. And if you got rid of all those distractions for a few minutes a day and you thought and you concentrated on what you actually want to do with your life and what your actual purpose is, and those goals that you've always wanted to achieve, then you'll see that you'll start achieving them. It'll become so natural, it'll become so easy. Okay? Because all of a sudden, something that had such resistance, you've now started systematically breaking them down, and now there's no more obstruction. There's nothing in the way of you achieving your goal. It's now, you can see it, it's in front of you, it's right there. It's tangible, you can grab it. But when this is in the way, and family and school and this and distraction and laziness and you sleeping out 4 a.m. every day, when all that gets in the middle of it, and now it just seems so far out of reach. You don't think about it, you don't ponder about it. So how are you gonna ever achieve it? When have you ever done something without thinking about it? Making a daily habit is something that will take you so far. It's literally unimaginable how far it can take you in life if you were to just do it every day for at least 10 minutes. Imagine if you were to reflect for like an hour a day. Maybe that might be asking a bit too much, but imagine if you were to, ooh, ooh, like I'm thinking about you right now, you watching this. Damn, is that is that really, is it just because of self-reflection that got you there? Like you were this person, who you are right now, and then you just started self-reflecting on a daily basis, just for 10 minutes minimum, up to an hour maybe, and now you've become this. That was all because of self-reflection. Now, obviously, there are other things to do. You can't just think and that's it. But the thing is, reflection and thinking breeds action. It makes you want to do something. It makes you want to remove the things that are holding you back and run towards the things that you want to run towards and want to achieve and want to make of yourself. It's literally what it will do. If you think about something enough, if something upsets you enough, if something infuriates you enough, if something excites you enough, then of course you're gonna do something about it. But if you are just so distracted and like this and that, you'll never realize. There's a good quote that I remember I heard somewhere that just came to me right now. Um, a good way to make sure, so I can't remember it that well. To make sure, like, a good way to make sure a prisoner never tries to escape is to make him realize he was never in a prison in the first place. Something like that. If you don't realize that you're being imprisoned by your own thoughts and by these distractions and everything that is keeping you in the exact same place where you are, as prisoner to your own mind, to your own desires, to your own, comfortable living, and you'll never escape. You'll never realize how much freedom and how much there is in the world. You'll never get there because you didn't realize that you were encaged okay, trapped within your own mental barrier that you create for yourself, your own mental prison that you create for yourself. You can only escape by first thinking, yo, why isn't it that I've never gone outside of this? Imagine you in your own brain. Why haven't I ever gone outside of this? This thing I wanted to do, why did I never grab onto it and explore it and make my whole life about it and cling on to this dream? Why didn't I? What stopped me? Was it my own limiting belief? Was it somebody else? Was it a group of other people? Was it myself? Was it my own laziness? Was it my own what's called lack of discipline? What was it? And you'll realize and you'll think about it and you'll internalize what actually is stopping you. And when you realize what's stopping you, then now suddenly these barriers are just being broken left, right, and center. And the whole prison has just gone down, okay? It's like prison break, but like with your brain. You just broke out of prison, okay? And now you're gonna do everything that you've always wanted to do. And it all stemmed from you just spending a few moments alone, just thinking. You're gonna spend that moment alone anyways, when you go to bed at night, when you sit in your bed, lay down, and you're gonna go to sleep, you're gonna do it anyways. But now you're doing it, but you're being a bit more conscious about what you're thinking. You're sitting, you're wondering, and you're pondering, and you're ideally journaling. You're writing about everything you want to do and everything that's stopping you, your feelings. Why do you feel this way? How can you change this feeling? If it's a negative one, how do you make it positive? If it's a positive one, how do you keep feeling this way? And then suddenly you'll start finding solutions to problems you didn't know there was a solution to. You felt that there was no solution to. Suddenly now you'll find ways around it. You'll find solutions. And now boom, you've transformed your life. Just like the title said, you made a new you. There you go. In the years before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam received the first revelation, the Quran, he would spend a really long time, days, sometimes weeks, I've heard even sometimes months, sitting in a cave in isolation, thinking, contemplating, pondering, the sort. And if this doesn't already give you an idea of how important self-reflection is, this was the last prophet, the one that the Quran was revealed to. And he was spending all this time in that cave, one, to get away from the polytheists, the people in Mecca who were worshipping idols because it upset him, and two, to worship Allah. And he hadn't even received the revelation yet. The way he was able to, praise God and praise to Allah was because despite him not, becoming a prophet yet and revealing and having the Quran revealed to him, he was just contemplating about life and creation and nature itself. And through that, he was saying there has to be a divine creator. And then he started, and that was him worshipping God. He was saying, this and this has to have come from a higher power, a God. And so he started worshipping Allah. And then years later, he received the revelation. And again, where did he receive the revelation? In the cave. So if that doesn't tell you how profound, isolating yourself. And by the way, I'm not saying isolate yourself and just not spending time with your family and friends ever again, and just spend all your time in your room just contemplating and thinking, just like that, being the thinker. That's not what I'm saying. Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, people loved him. People absolutely adored him. The people of Mecca loved him. Everybody knew him as Al-Amin, the trustworthy, because he would spend a lot of his time with people, interacting with people, making them smile. People liked him, cared for him, enjoyed his company. He did both. He balanced it. He would spend a good amount of time with them, and he would also spend a good amount of time in isolation by himself in the cave. He would spend time with them, and talk with them and mingle with people and whatever. But then he would also come back to the cave and reflect and think and ponder and contemplate. And this is something that you could be doing as well, and you should be doing. Now, a great example of this is I've been wanting to post more on this channel for so long. For so long, I made this channel, I started posting on it, and then I didn't upload in like a month, maybe 2 months. Okay, there was a big gap. And I've always thought to myself, I want to post, why am I posting, I want to post. And then suddenly one day, just literally one random day, I was like, I'm going to journal today. Okay, I'm going to reflect on my goals. And I went into my phone and I looked at my goals. And one of my prompts in my journal is, how do I feel about my YouTube channel? And instantly, I just started writing about, yeah, I haven't posted in a long time. I really want to post again. This is my dream. This is my passion. This is something that I want to make a reality. Make this my job. Why aren't I doing this? And then while I was writing it, I thought, hey, I'm just gonna make another video. I'm just gonna find a video to make. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow, no matter what. Okay, and then while writing one of my other prompts, which I took from some kind of podcast or some thingy, I can't remember where it was from, where you talk about some kind of experience in the previous day or in that day, which was profound that you could turn into a story. And I thought about the fact that I went swimming, and then boom, boom, that's another video. While writing that out, I was thinking about it and I was like, I could easily turn this into a video. And I was getting so frustrated of just being, myself and just being, just this mediocre person where he doesn't post and he doesn't achieve his dreams. He's not actively working towards them. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. I know it's that easy as just post or just, start doing this. But it didn't feel that easy. I felt there was so many obstacles in the way. I don't know, I thought about it too much. I was overthinking. And then I was like, I'm gonna journal for 10 minutes. So that night I journaled for 10 minutes. I wrote down and I was just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I don't have the perfect video when I come back. It doesn't matter if this and this and that. The point is, what the most important thing for me is that I start posting again. And I start getting into the routine of posting. And as I get posting, I'll start getting hang of it again, and then I'll become more serious about it, and I'll care more for it because I'll start growing, and then people will interact with me, and then I know that the videos are good, and this and that. And it'll be a positive feedback loop. That positive feedback loop is what is not forcing me, is what is allowing me to make this video right now. And that positive feedback loop would never have opened up if I'd never made the first video. I mean, the first video that of this like month or in this time, in this season, whatever. And that was literally only to do with the fact that I journaled for about 10 minutes. The last year, so 2023, 2024 has just started. In the month of about June, July, May, around there, I went into golf. So this was in Ramadan. I spent the last 10 days in the mosque. It was my first time, and it was a profound experience. I absolutely loved it. And a lot of people wondered after I came out why I loved it so much. I kept talking about it. I still talk about it. My friends literally tell me to shut up because I talk about it that much. Because it literally was life transforming for me. It was literally life transforming. And it was to do with the single fact that I reflected like I'd never done before. Now, before I went into golf, okay, there was someone in my life who I care for deeply. This is nothing to say, and this is nothing against that person themselves. Unfortunately, they were holding me back in life. Or well, at least they were holding me back in my deen. They were holding me back in my deen. And I really cared for my deen. I've come into golf, I've come to Ramadan, I'm starting building myself up as a Muslim, I'm improving my iman, I'm getting closer to Allah. I needed that. And I really, really needed to remove this person from my life so I could get closer to Allah. But I was struggling because every day while I thought about it, from time to time, everything would just, this and this would keep coming in and clouding my judgment. And I wouldn't be able to think about it for a really long period of time, just, undistracted, just sit there and just think about it. And I also didn't have the positive environment, of the mosque where, I'm talking about, getting closer to Allah already. Everyone was talking about that, and I was praying more, and I was, spending more time in worship. So when I spent those 10 days in the mosque, I was reflecting deeply on everything that was holding me back in life. And that person, and again, this is nothing against that person. That person who was a great person. It was just, I really can't explain why they were holding me back in my deen right now. But they were holding me back. And I needed to remove this person from my life. And I was really struggling. Okay. And then in those 10 days, all I thought about, when I wasn't worshiping and I wasn't praying, I was thinking about the exact thing, and I was praying about the exact thing, for guidance, for help, for assistance. And I was thinking about the exact same thing. I was just thinking about it over and over and over. And in those 10 days, I thought about it so deeply. And when I came out, it became easy. Well, not really easy, but it became so much easier for me to remove that person. And I had been meaning to remove that person from my life because it was affecting my deen that much for a really long time, at least a year. So you can imagine, for a year, I'd been wanting to do something, a year, and I really, really wanted to do it because I knew how deeply it was affecting me, how much it was damaging me. And suddenly, I spent 10 days in a mosque. Okay. And it wasn't even the mosque aspect itself. It was to do, it did make a, it did play a major role, but it was the reflection that I did within that time. And the reflection I did really made me think about it deeply and evaluate everything to do with whether or not I should cut this person off. And then when I left, it was so obvious to me, it was so apparent to me. I literally couldn't do anything else but cut that person off. And now since I've done that, Alhamdulillah, my deen has improved so much. My iman has improved so much. I've gotten so much closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it was only because I simply, all because I just simply reflected. And I could have done that at home. I didn't have to go there. But because I was there and I didn't have my phone, by the way, I also didn't have my phone there. So I had 10 days where I was literally just praying, reading Quran, eating and, doing a few other things, zikr. But when I wasn't doing that, a good few hours of the day, I was literally just there sat thinking. And I was probably praying, I was probably reading Quran, and sometimes I was thinking about it and I was doing dua. I did a long time dua just talking about it and thinking about it. But that reflection is what created a massive ripple effect that's completely transformed my life. Completely. It was actually insane how profound that experience was for me. That was, I would literally call me sitting in a mosque for 10 days where I'm fasting, so I'm not eating as much. I spend all day praying. I sleep on the floor, okay, as one of the best experiences of my life. Some people are like, oh, if I went to this and I did this and I did this activity or this activity, I went to this country. But me just sitting there and reflecting for 10 days was one of the best things I've ever done. And if that doesn't tell you about how amazing self-reflection is, I don't know what will. I literally don't know what will. It was actually, I'm still thinking about it now, and it literally makes me so happy. Um, not to lose that person, of course. That was obviously extremely sad, but the effect of getting closer to God, nothing like it. Nothing like it. There's been about over 20 times where I've set goals for myself. And it's really embarrassing. I'm going to show those right now. Okay, I've created so many notes in my notepad where I had set goals for that month, that year, whatever. Okay, or just for that aspect of my life, that part of my life. And I've never, rarely, maybe just one I actually achieved. And I know a big reason for this is because once I had set that goal, that one day where I was so incredibly driven and motivated, like I'm gonna achieve all of this. Okay, I'm tired. I'm so tired of the circumstance I'm in. I'm so tired of being lazy. I'm so tired of being mediocre. I'm so tired of being a little skinny, unsuccessful guy who's just doing going to university where he doesn't really want to do the course, which I currently am right now. I've thought about it for so long, okay, and I've set so many goals, and I've never once did it. And suddenly now, right now, those goals are coming into fruition. I'm actually doing it. I'm actually achieving it. I think I once set a goal to read a page of Quran a day. I'm pretty sure I read Quran yesterday and the day before yesterday, and I plan to read a page today. Why is it happening all of a sudden? When I said I wanted to do it last month, 2 months ago, last year, 2 years ago. Why am I suddenly doing it? And the simple reason is because I'm journaling about it. I'm reflecting on it. I'm thinking, yo, I really have been meaning to do this for such a long time. It really doesn't take that much time out of my day. I can just fit in with a prayer. I've already got wudu. I just do that prayer. And then afterwards, I just read a page and that's it. Because I learned something recently. So I'm going to just say this now. And I hope this benefits you as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the small good deed that is done continuously than one big deed. Instead of that one event where you read 10 pages of Quran, mashallah, that's really good in itself. But it's more favorable to him if you read one page a day and kept that habit and did it for a longer period of time. So instead of that one day, you did it for over 10 days. So you still achieved 10 pages. But then because you made a habit and you did it a small amount over a longer period of time because you felt that was more manageable for you for whatever schedule or routine that you have, however busy it is. Maybe you think on one line, literally, you might be thinking one line, that's so little. One line is better than no lines. One line a day is infinitely better than no lines a day. And now suddenly, as soon as you think about it like that, now it becomes so easy to you. Okay, I'll just read one page a day because I know that is better. I'll read one line a day. And the thing is, once you read the one line, naturally it becomes so easy to read two. Yesterday I said I'll read one, but I ended up reading two, maybe three, because if I could read one and I'm already there and already sitting, and I'm actually in the flow of it, I'm enjoying reading, I might as well just read another page. And the same with books. Not the Quran. Obviously, the Quran is also a book. But I'm reading David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. I think I read about at least 5 to 10 pages today. In fairness, I did wake up really early, and I didn't have anything to do. I was like, I'm just gonna read. But I did that. But I also read quite a few pages yesterday, at least 5 to 10 pages yesterday and the day before. But the goal is only to read one page. The goal is only to read one page. But because I made it so easy, I limited how much I needed to do, and I said I'll do this on a daily basis, just a small habit. And if I have time, I'll do more. Now suddenly I'm destroying the book. I'm finishing it. I'm already 25% of the way through. I've already finished a quarter of the book, and all I was supposed to do was read a page a day. And I only started this habit like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I only started the book itself a week ago, a week and a half ago. Why have I got so far? Because I set a small goal for myself every day. And now because I'm achieving that small goal every day and I'm compounding that over time, I'm now achieving more than if I just did one event where I just was like, I'm gonna finish a book. I'm definitely gonna finish a book this month. Okay. But then how are you gonna finish this book? You set out no process for how that's gonna be done. And that's how reflection works. That's how powerful it is. Because let's just say you wanna build a body. How are you gonna build this really good physique? That you've always been wanting to build. How are you gonna do that? But now suddenly if you be like, okay, I'm going to start with just doing half an hour of exercise every day, but I'm going to do that every day, then suddenly you are now building up that consistency muscle in your brain. You're working it. And as you build on it, then it becomes even easier every single time you go to the gym to go to the gym again. And now suddenly that great muscular physique is so much more attainable than if you just said, okay, I'm gonna try really hard. I'm gonna work 2 hours every day, even though that's a bit difficult. But I'll try my best. But I'll have to work around X, Y, and Z, and I'll be lazy in a few days. I'll just do 2 hours every day, and I'll drive to the gym, which is three hours away. Okay, but I'll do it every day for a month, and I'll keep doing it after. It was too difficult for you. You set out an unreasonable task for you. But now if you just make it a lot simple, okay, I'm gonna just work out for 10 minutes a day. I'm gonna work out at home. Now you're infinitely more likely to get that dream body than if you just don't work out at all. If you looked at it and you said, I'm gonna do it one day when I have the time, then suddenly now this 10 minutes a day, it's that goal of you getting that body is first of all now possible. There's a chance that you just never did it at all, and now it's closer than if you had waited, because now your body is adapting and it's getting used to it, and now you're eating more and you're sleeping more and you're exercising more, and now your body's going to adapt to those changes, those physiological changes, and start growing muscle. And all you did was just self-reflect. That's all you did. And you get to the final part of the video, the actionable step, what I want you to do. I want you to write out your goals for this year. Okay, 2024 has just started. You might watch this in February, October, November, it doesn't matter. I want you to write out your goals, just any goals for however long. If it's a short-term goal of like a week, if it's a long-term goal of a year, 2 years, a decade, whatever. I want you to write as big of a list as you can, but I want you to put the most highest priority, the ones that fuel you the most, give you the most passion right at the top. And I want you to make a huge list. Even if it's a short list, doesn't matter. At least maybe 3, 4, 5 goals. And I want you to make that list. And I want you to make a habit regularly to look at it for 5 minutes a day. That's it. Yeah, you could do more. You could do this other actionable step that could give you you just start reflecting 10 minutes every day, every night before you go to bed, every morning before you get up and start your day. You could do that as well. That's also an actionable step you can do. But if you're not prepared to do that yet, if you think that's too difficult yet, then this is the first one. This is the easier one. This is the level 1. Okay, this level 1 actionable step is you write out those goals and you look at them for 5 minutes a day. So when you're eating, sometimes you watch YouTube while you're eating, you watch Netflix while you're eating, or just, I don't know, look at it. In the morning before you do whatever you were going to do, or at night before you go to sleep, I want you to just look at it for 5 minutes. I want you to do that every day. And the reason I want you to do that every day, because you're not doing anything, you're literally just looking at it, is it will pee you off. You will look at it and you'll be like, it's day 15 of me looking at this. Since I watched this video, hopefully you did the step, you actually implemented this into your life. It's day 15, and none of these goals that I set out are actually being achieved. Because normally you get distracted and you forget all about those goals that you made. But now suddenly you're looking at them every day. And you really think within 2 weeks you're going to look at them and none of them, you're not going to do anything to achieve any of them. You're going to do this every day for God knows how long. Let's just say you were to do this for a year. In that year, you would never have achieved any of them. In all likeliness, you probably achieved every single one. If you did implement this step and you did it every day, there's a good chance you would have done every single one. No matter how unreasonable it is, the more unreasonable, the better, because you would have looked at it and you would have gone like 100 push-ups a day, which what I'm doing right now. Before I was like, oh, that's too hard, but now suddenly I'm doing it. 100 push-ups a day, 100 push-ups a day. Day 4, 100 push-ups a day. Day 5, 100 push-ups a day. Day 6, I might as well just do it. Yeah, let me just try and do something towards it. I'll do 20 push-ups. Whatever that goal, I'll do 20 push-ups. Oh, let's just say that goal was you want to get an active body. You want to build your strength. You want to be able to build yourself up to 100, to be able to do 100 push-ups in one set, which is literally my actual goal. To do, I think 50. No, fuck, I'm changing it. 100 push-ups in one set. 100 good push-ups in one set. I'm now making that a goal for this year. By the end of 2024, that's ideally what I'd like to do. Okay? Please don't hold me accountable for that. No, actually hold me accountable for that. Oh, yeah. So now I'm currently doing 100 push-ups a day. Okay? And I'm building up my strength. Okay? So now today I've already done 20 push-ups in one set. A few days ago I literally didn't even do 20 push-ups in one set. I did minimum 10. Oh no, I did maximum 10, maybe 15. Now I've done 20. So now as I keep doing this, there'll be a day where I hit 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. But before, if you sort of said to me, oh, by the end of the year you want to do 100 push-ups in one set, that seems a bit difficult. That seems like I would have to train for a really long time. I do not know how I would do that. But now suddenly, if it's just, okay, do 100 push-ups a day, split it up throughout the day, do it before or after each prayer, okay, or do it before and after each prayer, okay, and then you'll hit 100 in no time, and just keep doing that every day, and then just keep building up your sets. So in one set, you'll do, if you try and do one set of 20 a day, and then try and do one set of 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It happened. You did it. You're completing that task. That task that seems so impossible, that goal that seems so impossible at the beginning of the year, you've now done it. And all you had to do was do it. All you had to do was reflect. All you did was eat breakfast, look at your phone for a bit, look at the same thing. I'm tired of not doing this. I'm tired of not achieving this goal. I'm not changing my circumstance, and then you would have actually done it. And all you have to do is start with a little bit of self-reflection every single day. So yeah, that's literally the point of this whole video. If you just to implement a regular self-reflection habit, introspection either, whichever way you want to call it, so just implement that every single day. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, up to you. Completely up to you. If you just want to do it just passively as well, while you're eating, just look at it for a bit, and you did that every day, even that's of some benefit, because eventually you'll start to do something. As soon as you start doing it, you'll see how powerful self-reflection is, how powerful journaling is. Okay, I think I'll do another video on journaling soon, and then you can see how I particularly prefer to self-reflect. I don't just sit and just look at the wall. I journal because I knew how powerful it was from previous experience. I knew that if I did it just then, it would literally just blow my mind. It would literally just it would literally just transform my life completely, just like this video says. Anyways, that'll be all. Subscribe. Bye bye.